Today I'm going to discuss 7 different keys to success that I've had in my business. So how I did that is I ran restaurants for 18 years. When I decided to get out of that business because I was working 70 to 80 hours a week on average with 1 day off a week and only 2 weeks off a year, including holidays. And it was an absolute crazy business. When I got out of that business and I decided right before the age of 40 that I was going to start a whole new career, I decided to start into the real estate industry. The first thing that you're going to need to do is make sure that you set a clear vision and set goals. So I had a clear vision on what I wanted to do, and now it was just building my goals on how to get there. The first thing I did is I hired a coach that was selling over 500 homes a year. He already had the systems and the processes and how to do that. In real estate, I was able to do about 60 transactions myself a year. So I was able to close about 5 per month, buyers and sellers. Once I did that, I wasn't really able to get past that without hiring other people. So the first person I hired was a marketing assistant that was able to allow me over time to not actually work with buyers or sellers anymore. So I had a clear vision and goals on how to get there. And that's the first thing that you need to do. Second, you need strong financial management. Well, I had gone bankrupt. I had started over. And what I did is I made sure all the marketing I was doing that I was actually making a good return on investment. I was making at least 5 times as much as I was spending. I did multiple different marketing strategies to find out which ones did best. Did all kinds of different things, figuring out which ones worked and which ones didn't, and that's how I build the marketing part of the business. Probably what helped me is that because I did go bankrupt, that I was very careful on everything that I spent, and I followed the model really, really well. There's a good book, Profit First. Really follow a model to make sure you aren't going to go broke. So adaptability is next. And the real estate business is changing all the time. I always had to be adaptable in what I was doing. For example, short sales. Short sales were a good market for several years, but then all of a sudden short sales were not. It's really important that you adapt to the market. The market is always changing in whatever business that you're in. Customer focus is next. Whatever you're doing, whatever business you're in, customer focus is extremely important. Making sure that I followed up with the buyers and the sellers on a weekly basis, giving them feedback. Next is effective marketing. Making sure that you're tracking all of your marketing and what's working and what's not working. What's your ROI? Most people do not track. You gotta track every piece of marketing to figure out what's effective and what's not so you can do more of what's effective and eliminate what's not effective. Next is continuous learning. Always important to have multiple coaches when you can, multiple different mentors that can help you in your business and grow to the next level. Have they already done it? Continuous learning is something that we've always done. Definitely been a benefit in every single business that we have. And then building a strong team. Building a strong team is so important. First, I hired a marketing assistant just to implement the strategy that I had. Second, I hired a general administrative assistant. Next, I hired a buyer's agent. They could free up my time working on the business instead of in the business. I could be training, I could be hiring. I hired an inside sales agent that could help me with making appointments. So I continued to build that out one after another. I ended up having 13 sales agents on my team. All my assistants, though, were virtual. 12% of the money that I was making to be able to spend on assistants, I had to make sure I was staying within that financial goal to be profitable within my business. You have to make sure that for 7 keys to success in your business, that you're going through all of these steps and making sure that they work. Was it hard? Of course it was. But now I'm able to travel and work from anywhere in the world. We're just finishing 2 months in Greece. We built a home in Naxos, Greece. It's in the process right now, and we're going to be able to travel and work as much or as little as we want because of all the systems and all the processes that we've built out over the last decade. If you are looking at how you can hire and manage and train virtual assistants or how you can be successful in your business, this is the YouTube channel that you want to come to because I share all of that. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.